Your Excellencies, Ambassador for Peace, and ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Greetings from Korea. Thank you for joining this conference despite your busy schedules. This is a part of an ongoing series of program UPF is holding around the world to bring attention to the issue of peace on the Korean Peninsula. Especially, I would like to express my gratitude to the panelists who have graciously attended as speakers. I appreciate your participation in this program to address concerns facing my homeland, the Korean Peninsula, which unfortunately remains one of the last remnants of the Cold War. As you know, the peninsula was divided almost 80 years ago by the superpower victors in the World War II. Korea was liberated from 36 years of Japanese rule on August 15, 1945. It's the end of World War II. To facilitate the disarmament of the Japanese forces, the Soviet Union entered the north and the United States entered the south of Korea, divided by the 38th parallel. In 1948, under Soviet influence, the DPRK, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, was established in the north, while the Republic of Korea, ROK, centered around the free democracy, was set up in the south. Less than 2 years later, in June 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea, sparking the Korean War for 3 years and 1 month. Following a UN Security Council resolution, 16 countries sent troops to support South Korea, and 6 nations sent medical teams, and 41 nations provided material support. All 63 countries supported South Korea. The UN forces totaled about 2.1 million personnel, with American troops comprising about 1.8 million of that number. North Korea received Air Force support from the Soviet Union and about 2.4 million troops from China. The Korean War was another global conflict following World War II, with casualties from both sides totaling almost 4 million and creating 10 million separated families into North and South until now. The division was meant to be only temporary, but Korea became a victim of the Cold War that followed, with the North controlled by the Communist Soviet Union and the South by the Democratic United States. The background of the division between North and South Korea has a deeper origin. However, it lies in the ideological confrontation that has accompanied human development since ancient times. Tracking back through history, we can see that two contradictory philosophies have been contending for dominance for centuries. These are rooted in Hebraism, which is theistic, and Hellenism, which is humanistic. These have evolved over time into democracy and communism, respectively, leading to the ideological confrontations of the Cold War and culminating on the Korean Peninsula as their final battlefield. The various divisions and conflicts that occur worldwide today between different camps, religions, and classes, including theism versus humanism, idealism versus materialism, conservatism versus progressivism, have represented in the ultimate confrontation on the Korean Peninsula. As European, I know you are all affected by the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. I believe you are also deeply concerned about the war between Israel and Hamas. For peace-loving people, every conflict is deeply distressing. That is why we have to find the way to a permanent peace. Finding a solution to the conflict on the Korean Peninsula is part of that process. And I am grateful for your concern and interest in looking for a solution to this problem. It's a new vision of coexistence and harmony were to emerge in Korea. It could serve as an ideological indicator, a model for unified world, and a starting point for true peace. Thus, the unification of the Korean Peninsula is a global issue, symbolizing the unification of the communist and the democratic world, the complete end of the Cold War, and the gateway to permanent peace. Ladies and gentlemen, recently South Korea has achieved the rank of seventh in terms of global competitiveness and the fifth in military power. The GDP ratio between South and North Korea has reached 61 per individual per capita, 30 to 1. South Korea can learn much from Germany's successful reunification case. So I look forward to hearing your views on this important issue. Thank you very much.